2024 has been a pretty good year for games, but 2025 looks like it's going to be even better. There's tons of things coming in 2025. We got our first look at The Witcher 4. Hopefully it comes in 25, but we're not 100% sure about that. I'm looking forward to potentially seeing the new State of Decay game as well. We don't have an official release date, but then we've also got this, The Outer Worlds 2. Now, if you have played The Outer Worlds 1, it was a great game. Didn't take itself too seriously. It was loads of fun. I really enjoyed it. The graphics were a bit cartoony, but eventually after an hour or so of playing, I got over that and really started to enjoy the storyline, the gameplay, and everything it had to offer. The big downside to The Outer Worlds was it was very, very short. But it looks like The Outer Worlds 2 is going to take a lot of that stuff from the original game and make it much better. We got a brand new trailer and a release date of 2025. Now, if you don't know, it is developed by Obsidian Entertainment. They've done loads of cool stuff, including Fallout New Vegas, the original Outer Worlds, obviously, and that was just an all-round great game. So let's have a look at their brand new trailer and see what the team is offering for The Outer Worlds 2.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. Neverwinter Nights, Part 2. And Fallout 3, Part 2. New Vegas. Comes a completely original Part 2. And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics. Get ready for an adventure that took 3 times longer to make, but will almost certainly be 2 times bigger. In 2025. Welcome back to the future. Try not to break it again. The Outer Worlds 2.
I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity.
Now that's brilliant. The comedic elements in there, really, really cool. I'm really excited about this game. I'd like to see a little bit more. Hopefully we're seeing this in sort of mid-2025. We've got Atomfall coming at the start of 2025 in March, and I'm excited for that one. But The Outer Worlds 2 could potentially be my favourite game of the year, unless The Witcher 4 does come out. I'm very excited for this. They're going to put a little bit more length into it. They do have a Steam page up and running with all of that good stuff on there. I'm assuming it's going to be coming to Game Pass on day one. It is available on Steam. It will be coming out on PlayStation, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And it's also going to be obviously on PC. Now, very excited for this because the original game was fun, easy to get into, and the gameplay wasn't too repetitive. It was just an enjoyable experience with very relaxed sort of the dialogue choices. You could pick certain things to make the story change a little bit. There was a nice amount of variety when it come to dialogue choices, but overall the game was just too short. That was my main gripe about it. I think the storyline was about 6 hours long. We have covered it on the original channel. We did a full playthrough of The Outer Worlds, and I will link that in the top right hand corner. It was really, really good. Now, the team have said that this game will come with a new crew, new weapons, new enemies, and a whole new colony. Colony is the word I was looking for there. As a daring and most likely good-looking Earth Directorate agent, you must uncover a source of devastating rifts threatening to destroy all of humanity. Your investigation will lead you to Arcadia, the home of skip drive technology, where the fate of the colony and ultimately the entire galaxy rests on your decisions, strengths, flaws, your crew, and the factions you choose to trust. The Arcadia colony is engulfed in a factional war with the Protectorate's so-called benevolent rule is challenged by the rebellion of their religious order and a corporate invasion. As destructive rifts spread across the colony, each faction fights to control or close them for their own ends. We've got to navigate diverse zones, uncover hidden lore, and shape the fate of a system on the brink. Your commander and your way. You'll be able to do this exactly how you want. Similar to, if you've played New Vegas, pretty similar to that. The only difference I found really was the shortness of it. There wasn't that much open exploration, and obviously the cartoony style of graphics, which some people are really into and some people love. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I got over it because the gameplay and the storyline was really enjoyable. And I'm hoping they do the same with the Outer Worlds too. I like the comedic element that they've gone with. The trailer showcases a lot of that, and hopefully that does translate into the main game. Now, when it does come to storyline and open world, we don't know too much about it yet. We do know it is going to be longer than the original game, which is good news. The graphics look really good as well. It looks quite smart. Obviously, a trailer can trick a lot. It can show a lot that is not there when a game finally releases. But from my experience with the first game, and obviously Obsidian Entertainment, a very well-known studio, got many hits behind them. They know what they're doing at this point. They can release a good game. I mean, better than Bethesda? Well, you might upset a few people by saying that, but quite possibly, yes. Fallout New Vegas, the scale of that game was insane, and how well it was received, how well it worked. I mean, some people say that is better than the original Fallouts, which I don't know. I think Fallouts, all of the Fallouts and New Vegas are pretty much on a par. The only one that I was never really a fan of was Fallout 76. But when it comes to Obsidian, the games that they've developed have had a great reputation. The Outer Worlds, we might do a playthrough of it, because it was just a fun game. I think it flew under the radar for a lot of people. And as you can see, they've got 300 on the original and 197 on the Spacer's Choice Edition, which was basically their special edition, which they've gone up by 30% each, so around 60 and 40 players. So those are good numbers for a game that came out over 5 years ago, on the 25th of October 2019. If you haven't tried the original game and want to pick it up, it's on a massive sale at the moment with the Choice Edition bundle, which has all of the DLCs in there and loads of other cool stuff for just £19.44, which I'm tempted to do a playthrough. I mean, last time I did it, it took me, 6 episodes? It didn't take me long at all. It was really quick, really easy, because the game was only about 4 or 5 hours long if you went through the storyline. When it comes to exploration, there wasn't really that much there. So hopefully with this one, they do change that a little bit. Combat was a little bit lacking in the original. You'd come across some combat points, but a lot of the game was about going, exploring certain areas, speaking to factions, and choosing which side you wanted to be on. And then that was pretty much it. You could wrap it up relatively quickly without too much fighting. They have said in this new one there's going to be a lot more combat, so I'm excited for that. Now, before we wrap this video up, I just want to talk about the year so far. 2024 has been a great year. We've had loads and loads of cool stuff. It's been absolutely awesome. A massive thank you to all of the support. We've done a lot of Starfield content. I would like to do a lot more RPG stuff. Those are the games that I can sit and sink and lose myself in for hours and hours and hours. So that's the reason for covering the Outer Worlds too. We've obviously looked at some Atomfall and some of The Witcher 4. So I'd like to branch out and cover a little bit more than just Starfield. Some things are received relatively well. We got a lot of attention on the Atomfall content, not so much on The Witcher, so hopefully this one does well. If it does, then great, we'll continue to do some more. If not, then we'll wait and see. We'll push a few videos out and just see how it goes. When we do get more news, we will continue to cover it. But if there's any RPG titles that are coming out that I can lose myself in that you guys would like to see coverage of, so obviously storyline, tips, tricks, best weapons, best all of the good stuff that we did for Starfield, stuff like that does really, really well, and I enjoy making it and creating it alongside playing the storylines. So if there's anything you'd like to see, let me know in the comments down below. There's a lot of cool stuff on my horizon this year. I don't want to do lots of stuff like we do on the main channel. The main channel is a pretty much broad overhaul of all survival games that are out at the moment, and what the best ones are, what updates are coming out. So there's a lot of random stuff on there, which I enjoy doing, I enjoy covering, and I enjoy survival games. But when it comes to RPG stuff, I work full-time, got 2 kids and a wife, so I'm not able to plow hundreds and hundreds of hours in a month. So I will push and get a lot of cool stuff out there. But yeah, it's not something that I'd like to do on a similar scale to the Wired channel, because it's relatively easy to jump into a survival game, especially if you've got commands and stuff like that, and be able to get through a lot of the good stuff and the core mechanics of the game and get videos done. It's relatively easy to do, doesn't take too long, it takes about an hour, 2 hours per video in some cases. But things like Starfield, you've got to get to certain points in a storyline to reveal certain things, which can take hours and hours, and I enjoy doing that, and I enjoy the storylines of those games, and just the exploration side of things. I think it's really, really fun. So I'd like to cover more of a range of open world RPG titles. So if there is anything you'd like, let me know in the comments down below. For now, though, we are going to wrap that one up there. I think this is coming out on the Friday after Christmas, so hopefully you all had a good Christmas, and you're looking forward to the new year. And we will be back on Monday with some more content. We're going to continue to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sorry, it has been a little bit slow. Generation Zero has taken up a lot of my time alongside planning and sorting everything out for Christmas. But hopefully you all have a great new year, and we'll see you in 2025. Thanks for watching. I've been Cowboy, you've been awesome, and we'll see you next year.